Good evening, everybody. I'm so glad that you came out to join us tonight. Thank you so very much for being here. Please put all your donations at the cash register, and we will save the whales starting tomorrow. I'm just kidding. This is stand-up comedy night. That's why you're here. The first thing that we want to do is kind of break the ice in order for our talent to have the best platform possible. That's why I'm standing before you. Usually in something like this, we have what we call a first act. That's me. But I'm not funny, so what we're going to do is do something to take the place of that. And if my lovely wife, aka assistant, could pass out one of these sheets of paper to everyone here. This is So You Think You Know Berkeley. Does everybody here actually live in Berkeley? Or at least close enough to know what Berkeley's like? Okay, excellent. As these papers are being passed out, I'll go through all the questions. It's an A, B, C, or D type of deal. Circle what you think is the winner, and then whoever's the winner of this little test, we will buy you whatever drink you want from Mojo's. So, top winners, there is something to win for. We play for keeps.
Oh, once they found it was a free prize, they got the handle.
I know. All the people that said, no, it's okay, I don't want to do it. I said free coffee, bam, they shot up. That's it. Folks, as you're getting your papers, just so you know, this whole event is being hosted by 360 Church. That's those little cards that you see on your table. It looks kind of something like this. It's just a web address. And if you turn it over, you'll see something that looks like a sign. And for those of you that are technologically advanced, if you have a smartphone, there's a free app called a QR. And if you open that up and put it over this, it will automatically open up your web browser and take you straight to 360church.net. I know, pretty cool, huh? It works kind of like a barcode. I know, it's good stuff. Also, can we give it up for Mojo's for letting us do this here tonight? Say thank you, yes! That's big, it's huge, thank you. Thank you very much for letting us come. We love these guys so much, they are awesome. So drink up, folks. We don't have any alcohol, so drink the coffee. Drink up. All right, everybody have one? Beautiful. First question. Berkeley's crime rate is A, well below the national average for urban areas, B, about the same as Los Angeles, C, still increasing but not as rapidly as in the 1990s, or D, the highest of any California city of comparable size. Is there anybody left still answering this question? Beautiful. What do you guys think it is? C, A, C. And drum roll, please. Anybody do it? There it is. The answer is D. Berkeley's crime rate is the highest of any California city of comparable size. Folks, aren't you glad you're in Berkeley tonight? Moving on, question number 2. Which feature of Berkeley has declined by 50% in the last 20 years? A, air quality. B, ethnic diversity. C, the number of city blocks without a coffee shop. Or D, heavy metals in the water supply. And no, we don't mean the music genre. Anybody left still answering the question? Any takers? What do we think it is? The answer is B. Which feature of Berkeley has declined by 50% in the last 20 years? Ethnic diversity. I know, it's sad. It really is. The good news is I'm still a minority. On to number 3. Which Berkeley neighborhood has the lowest per capita automobile ownership in the United States? A, downtown. B, north of campus. C, south of campus. D, the gourmet ghetto. Anybody still answering? We think it's C, A, D. The answer is C, south of campus. Folks, aren't you glad you're south of campus tonight? Number 4, a 2005 study found that by voting record, Berkeley is the A, most liberal city in the United States, second most liberal city in the United States, C, fifth most liberal city in the U.S., or D, third most liberal city in the U.S. What do we think? A. Anything else? D. A. Anything better than D and A? No, it doesn't really matter, does it? You want the answer. The answer, folks, is D. It is the third most liberal city in the United States. I think Jonesboro, Arkansas is number 1. Moving on, number 5.
They said you couldn't do comedy.
Thank you, Curt. How many people commute to Berkeley every weekday? A, 30,000, B, 20,000, C, 25,000, or D, 15,000? How many people commute to Berkeley every weekday? Anybody still answering? How many? What do we think it is? No. Yeah, I didn't hear that either. The answer is A. 30,000 people commute to Berkeley every single weekday.
Finally, I got one right.
Moving on, number 6. On a per capita basis, Berkeley has the A, highest number of churches in the Bay Area, B, lowest number of churches in the Bay Area, C, a number of churches about equal to San Francisco, or D, a number of churches about equal to Santa Cruz. Anyone still answering? What do you think it is? I think every letter has its own cheerleader. The answer is A. Berkeley has the highest number of churches in the Bay Area. Number 7. West Berkeley originally was known as A, North Oakland, B, Little San Francisco, C, Bayview, or D, Ocean View. Anyone still answering? The answer is D, Ocean View. Because we have so many views of the ocean. Number 8. On the TV program 24, CTU agent Jack Bauer received which degree at Cal? A, an MS in criminology and law, B, a BA in sociology, C, an MBA, or D, an MA in psychology. And I'm still answering. Any hypotheses? Does anybody watch 24? You know Jack Bauer? Okay, good. What do we think it is? The answer is A, an MS in criminology and law. Yep, crazy, huh? Red herrings all over the place. Number 9. Berkeley graduate Stuart Copeland is best known for his A, research in microbiology, B, innovative architecture designs, C, playing drums for the police, or D, piloting the space shuttle for NASA.
C.
Anyone still answering? No, because everybody knows it's C, playing drums for the police. Give yourselves a hand. You guys did a great job. Good job, everybody. Did anybody get all 9 correct? Anybody all 9? Is everybody from here? Just kidding, I failed it miserably the first time I took it. Anybody get 8 correct? 8?
Did you get them all right the second time, Jeff?
No, I got 1 right the second time, thank you. I failed it 3 times, Curt, it's bad. Alright, anybody get 8 right? Anybody 7 right? 7 correct. 6 correct. 5 correct. 5 correct. Okay, 5 correct. Yeah, you guys making fun of me, but you did as bad as I did. Anybody get 4 correct? Will, you got 4 correct? Okay, 5, 4. Anybody get 3 correct? 3. Come on, show those hands. 3. Wait, raise them high. Was that a hand? Okay, well, wave it proud. Yeah, you want coffee, don't you? Absolutely. Over here, too? Perfect. Take your sheets right up to the counter. You're about to get whatever drink you want. Thank you, folks, playing. Thank you so much. Winners. We love it.
Yes.
All right, now this is the part where I'm the platform for the talent. Basically, I'm going to read a few things to you that start off with, you know you're from Berkeley if... ... So I guess this is the Jeff Foxworthy version of knowing whether or not you're from Berkeley. First of all, you know you're from Berkeley if you refer to UC Berkeley as Cal. I probably should have read these before I decided to read them to you. You know you're from Berkeley if you see free to bet stickers everywhere. Yeah, I don't get it either. You know you're from Berkeley if you refer to the grocery outlet as the canned food store. You know you're from Berkeley if you see naked people and you say, it's just the naked people.
Yeah. Okay, that one's redeemed. That one redeemed the first three.
You're utterly enraged that the city council wants to put condos where the Ashby flea market is. You don't celebrate Columbus Day, you celebrate Indigenous Peoples Day. You realize the only Republicans you know are your aunt and uncle in Texas. You support the needle exchange at the Berkeley Free Clinic. Just wait, it'll get to you. Come on, diabetics, let's stick together. You see a man in a pink leotard riding a unicycle, it's just Pinky. You found your current apartment, car, couch, running pals, book group, boyfriend, girlfriend, all on Craigslist.
Okay. That one, keep it.
Yeah, I think I'll pull the rest of this. You know you're from Berkeley when, even when you've had the worst day in your life, you're still glad you're not from Stanford. Folks, I just want to tell you right now, the next man that's coming up is phenomenal. He is so funny. The reason being, he has finally found something to give joy back to the community because of his ADD. Folks, give it up for Curt Harlow right here.
Give it up for Jeff. I've known Jeff for many years, 6 months now, and his pores were larger. Yeah, that's how you could tell he was nervous. That was a good job, Jeff. One more time for Jeff. Come on. You guys have fun tonight? Wow, that Stanford joke redeemed it all, didn't it? How many here say, Curt, I should be studying right now? You guys are freshmen, right? Freshmen right here? How many say, I should be studying? You want to hear God in the back of your mind? I shouldn't be here. I've got a test. Anyone have a hard professor before? Who's had a hard professor? Raise your hand. Anyone have Dr. Lou? He's notorious on this camper. Dr. Lou Seifer. Okay, that's just a joke I do to measure the intelligence of the audience of which you failed. We'll try that joke again. Dr. Lucifer. See how I made his name into Lucifer. So anyone that professor is like, this is the only class you have, and therefore I will assign 5 billion hours of reading every day. Anyone have that one? You guys already remember that professor, but I do. You are the professor, aren't you? The thing about it is because I have the ADD. Is there any? What are my ADD people in here? Anyone? There's a technical name for people with ADD. It's called men. And we'll wait on that one because that was a great joke. That was actually 5. It kind of broke because actually she raised up. She has ADD and she's not a man. And so, but I have the ADD, and I got ADD back, when they didn't diagnose for it or evaluate for it or do any of that sort of stuff. I was back in the day when I was like, this is a stupid kid. And so, there really wasn't much help for it, so I had to struggle through and find my way and figure out, what I was doing. And I got to be a pro at the procrastination. Anyone here good at procrastination? How many professional procrastinators do we have in the room right now? Anyone do that superhuman thing of, all right, that's it. Tomorrow is changing. I'm going to full on excellence starting tomorrow. I'm going to get up tomorrow and I'm straight A's. I'm going to knock it out of the stinking park. I'm studying, man, like crazy tomorrow. Tomorrow is a study day. You go to class gets out. You hit that moment in the afternoon where you need the caffeine, right? You're dying for the caffeine. You're stupid. and you need a cappuccino. And so you get a little coffee, that takes a little time, then you go back to your room, you bust open the textbook, you read a page of your sociology textbook, and you get to the end of the page and you say, I have no idea what I just read. and it's not even though it's that difficult of a textbook. The words did not come together for me. And so you try to read it again, and this time you open your eyes really wide. And you breathe through your nose. And at the end of it, you lie to yourself. You say this lie to yourself. You ever said this lie to yourself? I could study better on my bed. And so you go in your bed, don't you? And you know it's going to happen. You know, just like you go in your bed, and you like, get up comfy, and I put it right there. You're 3 sentences in, and you go into full coma. Just out-of-body coma. Drool on page 302 is coming out your mouth. You wake up, the only thing that wakes you is hunger pains, huh? You wake up and you're like, all right, today is study day, but first we're going to go eat. We're going to go eat first. So you go eat, and you're good. You're like, oh, that's it, man. Tonight is study night. It was going to be study afternoon, go to work, because I needed that sleep. I need that from me. That was me time. But tonight, the Nobel laureate begins now. And so you go back to your room, but on your way, 5 of your friends, you see them, right? You see them? What are they doing? They're going for yogurt. The frozen yogurt. Every campus has 7,000 frozen yogurt places. The SAT scores of America would go up. The GPAs would skyrocket if we got rid of the frozen yogurt. You're like, okay, John, I'll go to frozen yogurt with you because blueberries are brain berries. And if I get just a little pink berry with the blueberries on top, and so you go to frozen yogurt, and afterwards someone says, have you seen that incredible movie, Love, Pray, Eat, 2012, crazy heart, cowboy love story, romantic comedy, sci-fi? No, I need to see that. Because I want to be a person of the world. So you go to the movie, and you get back, and it's like 10 o'clock, and you're like, tonight, it's cram night. Because I think better at night. I'm a night person. I am sociology. I'm and so then, but your roommate just broke up with her boyfriend or girlfriend, and so you got to go full Oprah. You got to go full Oprah, don't you? Because you are a concerned person. So you're full Oprah. You are Dr. filling it up, and the next thing you know, it's 2 a.m. And so what do you say to yourself? Tomorrow. I'm telling you, tomorrow is the day. We're getting it on tomorrow. But I got to go to bed now. Why? Because I have an 8 a.m. class. Anyone here had an 8 a.m. class before? 8 a.m. classes are just absolutely from the pit of hell. Are they not? Who is the person that thought of 8 a.m. classes? I think it's the same person who invented the noise for alarm clocks. Who is this person? Sit around one day. We got to make a machine that can wake humans up to get to places on time. That's great. We'll put a clock in it, and you can dial on the back, and it will make a noise that will bring you out of REM sleep. Okay, let's brainstorm. What should the noise be? I've got it. The noise should be... Because everyone wants to start their day... But you know what's so weird about the human? The human can learn to sleep through an alarm clock. If you think the noise of the alarm clock is evil, I introduce you to its evil twin cousin, the snooze button. This button says, you will not really get rest because in your REM sleep you will hear, but your left arm will learn in deep sleep how to just do that. Just like for 5, you wake up, it's 2 in the afternoon, your arm is sore because you've hit that thing. Because scientists have proven how much sleep the human body needs. You know how much sleep the human body needs? 15 more minutes. I just want 15 more. You start recalculating your schedule. I can be late for that, can I? Can I be late for that? And then you realize you can't be late for that Because if you're late for that class, then you'll fail the midterm. The midterm, by the way, midterms now start the day after classes begin. I'll fail the midterm, and if I fail the midterm, I'll fail the comprehensive final. If I fail the comprehensive final, I'll probably not be able to get into the program. If I can't get into that program, I'll be totally disillusioned. I might even drop out of university. If I drop out of university, I'll probably end up with a job at Berkeley and be completely bitter about the 18-year-old manager who's in charge of my schedule, and then I'll quit in a fury one day and end up in a van under the bridge down by the river. One midterm away from homelessness. So you hit that snooze button for the final time. And you go to class. Class is at 8 a.m., so what time did you set the alarm for? 7:59. If you got ADD like me, you 7:59, you lay your jeans out towards the door. Perfected the fastest coffee near campus. You grab it. You're doing the slow motion rock and roll VH1 album run all the way to class. You get in class. Where do you sit? You sit in the back. It's the only seat left. And this is a problem if, like me, you're an art major. You got any art majors in the room? Can I just say, we're well for art majors. We're smart people. I have a lot of friends in accounting. Man, midterm, final, they're walking around getting ulcers. Man, my midterms were awesome. I walk into a room with 4 or 5 other art students. It's obtuse. That was it. That's the whole final. Just me going, the texture's emotional. That was it. That's the final. It's awesome. It's so fun. They're like memorizing algorithms and DNA protocols of protein bits, and I'm just like, yeah, that's courageous. I don't know what it is, but it's courageous. Okay, give me an A. Move on to mine now. But the one bad thing about the art major, the 8 a.m. art history class. You bust in after a night of being Oprah for your friend. You're tired. You're swollen. You walk into the back. And what do they do in the first 30 seconds of the art history class? What do they do? Turn the lights off. Lights off, slides on. Everything is in French or Italian. French is an awesome language to sleep to. Just a dreamy language. But you gotta stay awake because you got ADD and you're already on the cusp of living in a van under the bridge down by the river. So you sit in the back and you say, I'm not gonna fall asleep. You start doing that thing, spastic neck syndrome. You lie to yourself again. We lie to ourselves. We lie. We are liars. You say stuff to yourself like, I'll just rest my left eye. Who said that? What does that mean? And it's so stupid that when you realize like, shut me too. Shut up. You have to both stay open. Do we have to focus? No, you don't have to focus. You just go soft focus. Soft focus. You start taking notes, and you're taking notes of perfect penmanship at the beginning, but later you look at your notes, and you're writing in French. You don't even have French as a class ever, but you start in English, your notes are not. There is no English in my notes. You finally fall asleep. You give in. You just give in to it. First time I walked on a college campus freshman, I see some guy in the student union just sleeping. He's not got the snoring that you worry that he's got sleep apnea. You've got the snoring. You know he's causing himself brain damage right now. You can see the brain damage. It's not the rhythmic snoring that's just... It's the... Oh, that's so disgusting. I will never fall asleep in public. Next thing you know, you're in art history class. You give it. You go coma on the desk. You wake up 4 hours later. It's abnormal psychology lecture. You're not even enrolled in this class. But you're like, this is interesting. Wow. That is gross and yet fascinating. You leave and you go back. You realize that you got ADD. And you have no self-control. Self-control is a fantasy. Fantasy! How many have been on a diet? That's it. You got out of the shower, you looked at yourself and said, wow. I like my dad. I'm going, that's it. No more carbs, no more sweets for me. I'm going vegan. I'm going ultra vegan. I'm going to Panama air into my mouth. That's all I'm doing. So you're just totally healthy for one day, aren't you? You talk yourself into these baby carrots are fabulous. Organic baby carrots. I love the broccoli. Love it. And then the next day, the chocolate cake in the refrigerator, left over from the 7,000th birthday party you've had to go to in your department, begins to speak to you. And you say to yourself, you have self-control. I'm not going to eat that chocolate cake. I'm not going to eat that chocolate cake. I'm not cholesterol, trans, fat, sugary, carb, pancreatic death. I will not eat the 2 layers of double chocolate cake with the chocolate frosting. I will not eat it. I will not eat it. Nibbling is technically not eating. I will not. I'm just nibbling. I'm nibbling it. A little nibble. Oprah says it's okay to treat yourself every once in a while. Just a little bit. Oh, God, that's good. Let's have some ribs now. Oh, God, some cereal. And then let's mash potatoes. Let's just make some mashed potatoes. And afterwards you say to yourself, I'm glad I did that. Because John, my roommate, he's on a diet, and I was really like taking temptation away from him. I'm a benevolent person. And then you say, I'm going to work out. How many started a workout routine that you didn't finish? You're like, that's it, man. I'm going to go Baywatch. I'm going to go all beef jerky. I'm going to be... And you say, though, it's for my health, but on the inside, you're like, I want to be one of those really super vain people. So you go jogging, right? You go jogging. You ever see them joggers that are really good at it? Those people fascinate me. You get up early, you have to go somewhere early at 5 a.m. Some person just jogging, they're just... and they got a smile on their face, and they got a quad, they got quadruplets, and they're in a thing, and the dad's there with them too, and they're sharing a Starbucks. They both got their iPods on, they hug each other. Hi, I'm healthy. Yeah. You're like, I want to be that person. I want to look good in short shorts. So you go jogging, you start running. You're like, ouch. This hurts. This really sucks. My ADD is raging. I can't stand it. I want to put a pencil in my brain. You know what? Oprah says walking's good. I'm going to walk. Yes, walking. And you have to do this funky arm movement when you walk. And then another walker or jogger comes to you like, no, I'm not going to do the arm movement. And then a car comes, no, I'm a jogger. Okay, the car's passed, now I'm a walker again. You go to bed that night and you get up and you jog the next day. And you go to bed that night and you get up the next morning and you're sore. Some people do not believe in the supernatural. The materialists. So there is no supernatural. But I can prove to you the supernatural exists. You'll all have this experience, and it's a supernatural experience, and I have it like weekly. Wake up, I'm all sore. Alarm is going, ah! And I'm laying there in my bed, thinking about my life, and the pillow supernaturally speaks to me. Only I love you, Curt. Turn me over, I'm cool on the other side. Yeah. Me and the quilt, we're the only ones that accept you for who you are. Oh, I hate you out there. Stay with us today. Okay. Then you have children. And you find the police come to your home if you don't send them to school. So you learn. The thing about it is, my wife is not ADD. And I recommend people, if you marry someone who's just exactly like you, it's not a good deal, because one of you is unnecessary. Marry your opposite. I have what I call the dorky gene. My son came home one day and he said, yeah, this kid at school is really geeky. And I said, oh, he's a dork? And just said, no, he's not a dork, Dad. I said, well, what do you mean? I thought you just said he was geeky. Yeah, he's geeky. He's not a dork. I said, is there a difference? He says, yes. Geeky is socially awkward with math skills. Dorky is socially awkward without math skills. And I had this revelation. I have the dork gene. Like all the social awkwardness, none of the SAT scores. I'm a dork. I have the dork gene. But I said to myself, I'm going to marry someone with the cool gene. I intuitively knew I needed someone with the cool gene. I want to recommend that to you. Diversify your personal gene pool. People always look for someone attractive. You don't have to marry someone beautiful. Marry someone what your kids can do their homework by themselves. Very important. You know, when you're 5, 6, you don't care how attractive each other are. You're like, look at Johnny do his Algebra 2 all by himself. I just sit here and watch V. This is awesome. Super important. So I married a woman without ADD, which is awesome, which is cool. The problem is it causes a little marital strife because I lose stuff. I lose the keys. I lose my coat. I lose all sorts of stuff. One time, I've lost the kids a couple times. I do not recommend this. This will cause marital strife. You lose a child. First time I lost a child, he was 5 years old. Jesse, my little son, 5 years old. We went to the Costco. Now, you guys in the room, most of you in this room, Costco is a part of the background of your life forever. I can remember the moment as an adult man I went into my first Costco. And I walked in, and it was just like materialism on display. It was this like gigantic capitalism on steroids. I just went, yes! 7,000 pounds of gummy bears! What is the tractor tires? It was something, I was like, I didn't even think I agreed with this, but somehow I must be here! And I was a college student, so it was awesome because you could eat free samples and get like 3,000 calories back in the day. It was before they got wise to the fact that some of us weren't shopping. We were just going up and down the road going, oh, bagel bite. Change my coat with my roommate. Come back again. Another bagel bite. We walked in on a Sunday, which is the Costco worship day. It's just packed out, and my son come out of the womb. He was one of these guys that came out of the womb with HTML on his lips. Like he didn't speak baby talk. He was like / HTV. It was just one of these computer kids. It's like, let's go computer, daddy, computers. So we go with the computers. He plays with the computers. Then we go over to the tractor tire section and the giant gummy bear section. And then we go to the garden section. And then we go to the clothes section. And you can buy your Hanes underwear and go 2 rows over and buy some incredible amount of Jell-O. And we get our cart is just full, and we go up, and there's chaos at the entrance and exit to Costco for 2 reasons. Number one, I don't care if you're a vegan, man. Them hot dogs are good. And people are elbowing each other for the hot dogs, and they're like, that's a tube of grease and ketchup and bun that I gotta have, and they're just like, wow. And so it's creating a log jam of hot dog lovers right there. And then also Costco believes you are a lying thief. Now Walmart does too, but Walmart lies about it. They got an old person there going, hello, and they're like a greeter. No, they're not. They are, you're a shoplifter, and I'm going to look at your stuff. At Costco, they don't lie. They're like, give me that receipt, you liar. You thieving liar. Give me that receipt. I know you're stealing. Okay, didn't catch you. Next time. And so it creates that log jam, right? And so it's me, my wife, and one of our students, and Jesse, and we get to the log jam, and there's chaos at the log jam. And we get to the log jam, and all of a sudden, Kelly's like, where's the boy? You're supposed to have the boy. I'm like, I don't know who the boy is. And I looked at the student. Where's the boy? She's like, I'm a student. I didn't even give birth to this child. And I was like, oh no. And so I ran over to the computer section. He's got to be in the computers. He wasn't in the computers. And then when I went to the gummy bears, like computers are gummy bears. He's not there. And I started to panic. This is like 5 minutes has gone on, which is 3 billion years in lost cute child time. So I go to the Costco lady, and this is before the Amber Alerts or any of that. I go to her and I say, listen, my son, she said, just sex, sir. And I said, no, ma'am, I cannot wait. She said, if you just go. And I said, ma'am, I am not a fighter, but I will get across that counter and grab that little mic. If you don't get on it right now. So she got on the mic, and she didn't know what to say. And I mean, like, this is fancy stuff. I lost a kid in Walmart once. I'm not sure. I was Maddie in Walmart. I told the lady at the jewelry thing. She got on the little mic and she's like, code 52. People started repelling from the ceilings. Sirens came on. A tank moved into the garden section. I mean, they all have it down now. But back in the day, she was like, some guy, is that poor? Costco shoppers, looking for a boy or a girl. What is it? And it's like chaos. And I'm panicking. And finally I realized, no one's going to find this child. It's up to me. And he's not in the store. I just feel it. I know he's not in the store because there's no other place he would go. He has no interest in buying tires. So I bust out and I stand on the little cement thing. And I look for what appears to be evil cars. I'm trying to look which cars are evil. Toyotas, they're just naturally not evil. They're like good people on top. Where's the evil? Where's the Chevy van that's rusting out? And I'm looking, and then all of a sudden I see it. Way across the parking lot, past the nail shop, and the El Polo Loco, and the Office Depot, way on the other side is the International House of Pancakes. And I see there's a man in a pancake suit, and immediately something in me asked the question, is he an evil pancake or a good pancake? Because in his left hand is a small child, and I start to recognize that, and the coat color is so far I can't be sure. And so I said, I don't want to risk it, and I began to sprint across the Costco parking lot, running as fast as I could. And about 30 yards into my sprint, the pancake looks at me, and it's amazing what body language you could tell from that distance. And the pancake looks at me, and I know now this is my son. The pancake has my son. And I'm thinking, please don't be an abductor, pancake. And all this sort of stuff is going through your head. You're like, I was in prison for doing bad things, and I got out. The only job I could get was the International House of Pancakes costume guy. And it was like a whole scenario. I've got a van right over there. And you're like, oh, I just run hard as I can go. And I'm running, and the pancake realizes what's going on. He looks at me, and in his mind he says, I've got to prove to this dad I'm not an evil pancake. And he does the one super intelligent thing a non-evil pancake could do to prove to me he's not evil. The one thing to convince me is he grabs his child and begins to sprint as fast as his pancake legs can go right at me. The last thing an evil pancake would do. And I'm like, I'm crying out, it's not an evil pancake. And I'm right, it is a strange thing when an adult man hugs a pancake. But I hugged that pancake like I'd never hugged a pancake before. He said to my son, where did you go? And he looked at me, you ADD idiot. I went to go get the pancake, of course. Why? I want pancakes. And so we ate pancakes and we carbo-loaded, and it was awesome. But ADD people are good people. They're good people. They're awesome people. I asked a guy, a major business owner, I said, well, how do you hire people? He said, ADD. He says, it's horrible in the classroom. It's great in the boardroom. Just makes things fun, gets relationships going. I knew this because my mom, I'm convinced, was an undiagnosed ADD person. My mom, phenomenal person, amazing person, super unorthodox, great to be around. I grew up in a small town. Any small town peoples here in New York? A really small town where the only thing literally to do on a Friday night was to go to a sporting event. This is the only thing to do. I mean, we had the only electric stoplight in the entire county. Lawrence County, Eastern Washington, people from the next small town, Nebraska, would come down on a Friday night to watch the stoplight change march. Look at that. It's green to red. There's got to be a monkey around here or something. Look at that. I mean, it just when my uncle, believe me, that's very funny. Later you'll get it. My uncle called me when they built the Burger King. I'm not joking. He called me in college. He's like, Curt, there's a window in the side of the restaurant, and if you pull up there, bam, hot burger right in your hand. I mean, it was like big news. And my mom, she never missed a single sporting event. Not one thing. Now, I was, as an AD kid, I'm not very coordinated. I didn't do well at sports. I went out because that's the only thing you could do in a small town is go out for the sports. I went out, and I can remember thinking, me warming up before practice or before the game. I'd be thinking, where's my mom? But at ADD, she would just show up late to everything, chronically late. And we'd go in the locker room, and the coach would give that stirring, remember the Titans speech, in the locker room, and then you'd have that weird locker room prayer. Has anyone been in a locker room prayer? This is the weirdest prayer ever. All the team comes in, our Father, I can't go that way. We take the prayer of Jesus and turn it into and no one even notices it. And they're like, praise the Lord, let's go! They run out on the field, still nothing. No mom. I'm like, is she going to come this time? She's going to watch the opening kickoff, and I line up. My pad's too big for me. My skinny little arms hanging out. I'm like, where's my mom? Is she going to be at this game? They kick the ball off, and I'd be running down the field, and I'm sprinting, and I'm running. And I'm telling you what, I don't know if it's a mother-son thing. I tend to think my mom had a piercing presence, so it was maybe even more with her. But right in the middle of the whole thing, I could always hear her. In the midst of the roaring crowd. Well, one of the things was my mom would bring a stew pot and a ladle to every single game. People, no matter how crowded it was, they wouldn't sit within 5-yard circle around her because she would be banging the stew pot. And the thing about it is, it's one thing to cheer exuberantly, but my mom never said the regular cheer. She wasn't defense, go team, get them, tackle, none of that. She would be banging that pot. And at the top of her lungs, as I ran on the field, I could hear her every single week screaming, "Don't hurt that ball!" Just screaming at us, which was horrible to a man's social life at age 16. But so phenomenal now to remember that about my mom. The thing about it is, wrestling was even worse because, anyone here wrestle? Anyone wrestle? Oh, you wrestle. Thank you, sir. Always want to know who I'm going to make fun of before I do it. Awesome. Can I just say, wrestling is the strangest thing in the world. Have you all seen real wrestling, like in the Olympics, or any of you seen real wrestling? Okay, see, I wrestled one season, and the reason I wrestled is because I had 3 mean older brothers that beat me up. Hey, how many younger siblings here in the room tonight? Any youngers in here? Okay, I just want to say, first of all, you got away with way too much. I wasn't the younger. You just got away with so much. By the time you come around, mom and dad are tired. They're like, okay, do heroin. We don't care. We're really tired. We're going to sleep on the couch here. Go deal drugs. We don't care. And the older children, how many olders are in the room? Raise your hand if you're a firstborn. Okay, so I just want to say to you, you are not the boss of me. 2 parents is enough. Okay? It takes a village is kind of a metaphor. We don't really need you giving us extra chores. I was the middle child. What luck for the middles tonight? Any middles in here? Wearing hand-me-downs our whole life? Just right when they go out of fashion, never fit right. My brothers used to beat me up. I go tell on Mom. Mom, I'm trying to hit me. You tell him not to do that. Oh, great, Mom. That's great. Mom says not to. So I decided to wrestle. Coach came to me. He's one of these athletic types. You know the type. They talk in all violent analogies. Good people, but they're like, Curt, you go out for wrestling. We're going to chop you up. You're going to kill. You're going to destroy. You're going to destroy. Kill. Okay, all right. That sounds good. I'm getting beat up now, so that's good. So I showed up for wrestling practice first day. Stupid idea. I knew it was stupid immediately. When they took the uniform out of the box. Okay, can we just say polyester's wrong? Can we just say that? Polyester is wrong. If you're wearing it under several layers, okay, I guess. But anytime someone says, here's a skin-tight polyester singlet. Okay, I saw this little uniform. You know what uniform I'm talking about? I wouldn't wear this at age 16 alone in my room with myself, let alone in front of about adolescent boys. I put it on. So peer pressure works. I put it on. I'm so exposed. I'm like, I walk into the wrestling room. Okay, raise your hand if you've been in a wrestling room. My one friend has. Okay, wrestling room is basically a spongy environment that has absorbed all of the sweat and bacteria of adolescence for more than a decade. It is the stinkiest environment. If you were to put a prisoner in this room, the ACLU would come cruel and usually, it would be horrible. But the coach, get in there, stand there for 2 hours. And you go in there and some kid is assigned to you, they're like, all right, Curt's new. Mongo, come here. You're going to help him. You look at Mongo, and he's got hair all on his back, and he's proof of evolution. He just is proof, Cro-Magnon DNA on display. And he's like, okay, Mongo, your job, inject pain in Curt's life for 2 hours. People say soccer is hard. How many here play soccer? How many of the soccer football players we got in the room? Okay, I say, okay, soccer's not a hard job. Okay, you run a little bit. You run. Yeah, oh, go get the ball. Now I'm back on defense. Run. Okay, let me tell you, in wrestling, your forehead gets sore. Your forehead muscles are sore. I played soccer 4 years. I never once woke up and said, I worked out my forehead too much last night. In wrestling, this is why your forehead gets sore. You spend 2 hours doing this. 2 straight hours. It's not the singlet, it's not Mongo, it's not the stinky sweat, it's not even the soreness. I hated wrestling because I lost every week. Every week in wrestling there's a strategy. If you have someone in a weight class that's really good, you want them to make the state tournament, you have one kind of sacrificial lamb wrestler that will come in on a hard week and wrestle in their place so they won't get too many losses. This is a coaching strategy. Guess what role I played? I played varsity my first year, but it was the full sacrificial. I won 2 matches. How honest can I be here tonight? I'm going to tell you how I won these 2 matches, and I hope I don't gross anyone out. The first match I won because I had a little bit of a flu, and the guy's about to pin me. And I had a dry heave right in his nose. Just, like that, and he pinned himself. That's all I had. I was so desperate to win. I tried it on fake the next week. The next week I was like, he's like, no. And he pinned me, that guy. The other one match I won, I went in, it was a JV match, and the other kid was as equally scared as me. And I went in so awkward for a double leg takedown. You know, this is the first move they teach little wrestling kids. You go in and you grab them by the knees and you tip them over. I go in for a double leg takedown, and I'm so uncoordinated, my head bangs into this kid's knee and dislocates it. And he has to flip it. And I'm like, yes, my head is a weapon. That's my new strategy. It's the final match of the season, and I have lost and lost and lost and lost and lost and lost and lost. And I'm like, that's it. I'm not listening to these jock types anymore. I'm the president of the OMAC High School Drama Club. You see, what I'm going to do is I'm going to use what I'm good at. I'm going to stop using their advice, and I'm going to do the one thing I think I'm good at as an ADD person. I'm going to win this match using acting. Here's my strategy. I'm going to go out there aloof, like I'm defeated already. I'm going to give up, but it's acting. And the wrestler, this guy named Ron Collins, went on to play at Washington State University as a defensive lineman. He was from an all-football family. He was from a family where at age 1 month they begin to feed you bolts and nuts and things like that. His dad, this was affection from his dad. I hate you, but not as much as yesterday. So that was like affection. Just a top family. This guy was 2-time state champion. We get to the match that night. My coach is full. He said, Curt, come on, get up. I'm aloof. Acting. I think when I get out there, he's going to be on his heels because he's not going to be, and in the millisecond of the millisecond, I'm going to rush in, get him in a double leg takedown, pin him in the first 5 seconds, right? It's my only chance. I can't outmove him. I can't outstrength him. He's in my acting. We get on the mat. I can tell he's done. I mean, I'm inside because I'm not out of character. I can tell I got him. He's looking at me like, what? He's not already like this. He's like, what are you doing? I'm just come out there defeated. Coach says, all right, I want to get clean. All right, wrestle. And in the millisecond that coach said wrestling, or that rep said wrestling, bam! I go in for the double leg, and man, acting is powerful. It's powerful. I get in there, and he is totally full. He's on his heels. I got his knees together. His thighs are together. He's falling back like this. It works so good that even I am shocked, and I have an ADD moment. I get distracted. I'm like, and in that moment, he regains his strength, doubles down on his anger, and he jams his hand into my armpit, and this hand in my armpit, and he grabs behind my back, and he lifts me up a little, and he begins to lean forward like this. We're chest to chest, and he pushes my back to the mat until my shoulder blade is this far from being pinned, and in my ear he whispers, how dare you humiliate me like that? I can pin you right now, but I'm going to inject 1 minute and 30 seconds worth of pain first. And it was at that point I asked myself this deep philosophical question. Why am I here? What in the world am I doing in a polyester skin-tight singlet with a proof of evolution person on top of me? And as if the cosmos was answering, I heard my mother scream from the stands. Thank you guys, you've been awesome. I really appreciate you having me tonight.
Thank you, Curt. Thank you guys so much for coming out. One last thing, there are index cards on your table. If you would, right now, just write your name and your email address. We have a $50 gift certificate for the coffee house. And we're just going to take a raffle real quick before we dismiss. And whoever wins gets $50 for Mojos. One more time, everybody give a hand to Mojos for letting us do this tonight. Go ahead, find the pens, fill out the index card, and in about 3 minutes we'll come around with a big glass bowl so you can all empty them in there, and we'll pull out the winner. Thank you guys so much for coming tonight. Oh, and just so you know, this isn't a propaganda piece. You just put down your name, email address. The only thing we will use this for is to promote our next event. We want to try to do this once a month, and the reason is because we love Berkeley. There's only one reason that we're here, and that is because we want to be with the people that create the future, and you are them. There's nowhere else in the world we'd want to be. So we do this thing called We Heart Berkeley. Once a month we'll do something just like this, and that's the only thing we use your information for. So fill it out, drop in, we'll come around, and we'll pull a name out. Hope it's you.
Can you repeat the info you want on the card again?
What's that?
What info do you want on the card again?
Just the name and email address. That'll do. I mean, if you want to put your social security number, we won't do anything, so that's fine. I'm just kidding. Don't do that. That'll creep people out.